Hi, Carrie. I'm ready to do part two, the other part of your soul rebirth journey request. So the first one we explored your experience with your mother and father, and then healing their souls and releasing their souls from your spiritual atmosphere. So this one we are going to work on some very specific goals. In fact, I'm just going to read them from this permission slip. Um, Give me a second here. Okay, so it says, this part of the permission slip says, I open my female womb to receive profound healing from heaven and healing for the specific experience of abortion and all other reflections of pain to my sexual identity. It's a really big deal for us to focus on healing our sexual identities. Every human being on this planet Earth has had one thing or another related to sexuality, and sort of sexuality here kind of gets derailed and deformed because society itself is not in balance, so we human beings aren't in balance either. And when our sexual identity also isn't in balance, there's a lot related to this. I could have a whole lot of conversations related to this topic, but I'm like so excited to do this for you because you're going to feel insanely better in ways you don't even know. By me healing these parts of your reflection, oh my gosh, you're going to feel amazing. In addition to that, in this video, so it says, I'm open to receiving wisdom and emotional healing related to traumas experienced by my birth defect. We are going to explore this. Your birth defect has inspired one hand to be smaller than the other, so you have a baby hand. So it's really cute, and you're so sweet in the way you describe it, because you'd watched the Deadpool movie and as a baby hand, and it's sort of inspired memories. But I'm going to tell you what, Carrie, you have like a really amazing attitude for all the experiences that you've put up with in your life. I mean, it's like a smorgasbord of never-ending like circus chaos nightmares of life living. And you just it's like life just keeps throwing more wood into the fire of your life. But you're such a strong and courageous woman, and you even have a great sense of humor as well. And so you're just really inspiring to me. But we will explore that too, okay? And then we're going to explore healing your psoriasis condition and issues with ear infections. So that has also been another one, because you're actually taking shots in order to help with this psoriasis condition. So let's see what that's about. And I'm really excited because we're going to take PeeWee and Sabrina, two dogs that you've loved. And then in that last one, it was like a massive horde of dogs just showed up. So it wasn't just PeeWee and Sabrina, it was like all the dogs, all the dogs. So I love that because you have such a relationship with dogs, and they just are. It was kind of weird because I was like channeling in dog energy, so it was like I get them now. I get them in ways I never got them before, and now I really get them. They're like balls of like happy energy, and they can't stop when they're excited to see their owner. They're like the lover of they're like alpha dog. It's like they're so happy and excited they can't control themselves. So let's see here. So we're taking PeeWee and Sabrina to do this healing work. Your favorite color, purple, which is great because it's so aligned with the violet flame and Reiki, and I love that. This amazing iridescent blue butterfly. You sent me another picture of it. It's so beautiful because I've never actually seen it in real life, but it just looks so gorgeous. And then you had this fun word, Flibbertigibbet. And then these memorable illustrations from the Three Little Pigs books that were kind of creepy, but they like have always stayed with you as some sort of, you just have this like connection with it. It's sort of creepy and enjoyable at the same time, like really good Halloween or something. Okay, so Carrie, I'm like so excited to do this for you. And I'm ready now to do this. Getting your mother and father healed and out of your spiritual atmosphere, that was sort of like a super loud, even for me to experience that was just like, oh my gosh. And so to heal that and get them, like actually heal their own souls and release their souls from their spiritual atmosphere is huge. Just to do that alone has to be so much more relieving for you. So now for us to explore healing these two is going to be really profoundly beneficial, because this is sort of part of the train of your life is experiencing these things. And so we want to go in there, heal them, and so you can have understanding and relief and then balance in ways that you haven't been able to experience yet. So So I'm going to get started here. I just want to reevaluate with my spirit guides because we're doing several things, so my human brain has to keep up. So we're going to explore sexual identity, the birth defect, psoriasis, and ear infection. Okay. And we're going to use these spiritual gifts, which are amazing. So, okay. So I'm seeing, this is the first picture that comes up. This is a fascinating image because I don't even know how to begin to describe it. It's basically a woman, she has like a way oversized bust line, and she's trying to put like, what is a lampshade on of a dress. It's like really weird because it's like a lampshade turned upside down, so it's going like this to hold in all of this, and it has sort of like a lampshade appeal to it because it's got these I don't know how you use like folded paper one, and then you get a fan or something. It's got like a fanned appeal, and it's red, and it's like a dress. It's like a funky dress, and it's red, and then it has like a black sort of belt to it, and then but it's weird because the like how you visually see is sort of distorted, so it's like a funny mirror as well, so you can see why it's like, okay, I'm seeing something, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like I'm looking at a funny mirror, a woman with massive oversized bust line trying to fit into a lampshade that is turned upside down, is red, and she's got and so the more I'm describing it, it's more sort of calming down now. This is about identity, who you are as a woman even. Women who sort of want to showcase their feminine attributes in order to get attention. But sort of showcasing it in a way that's sort of odd. Because you don't need to wear this sort of strange. But it's starting to calm down, and I'm seeing a normal red dress now with this beautiful black belt piece. And you actually just look really pretty. Because you're not trying to showcase the voluptuous feminine sides of you. You're actually being really, there's something really beautiful about a woman who's, I don't know how to describe it, not like promoting or advertising it, but it's there naturally, and just, but doing it in a very like classy way, I guess. But the bust line is sort of receding to something that is like quite normal, I guess, for a woman. I mean, this would be like massive balloons or something. Trying to stuff massive balloons into this. And so that's kind of unusual. But this is a very pretty dress, and it's sort of turning into a young woman who's like going to prom or something. And it's a very gorgeous, like red silky dress, and she looks very pretty. Very composed even. She just looks very pretty. There's something very almost plain about her appearance. However, there's something very appealing about it because there's something very feminine about her appearance. She's not just a plain girl. She really is eye-catching. She doesn't seem to see how eye-catching she is. She's wearing this bright red dress. It is so eye-catching how beautiful she is, but she seems to see herself as just like a plain sort of girl. Her hair looks plain. Her hair's not done fancy like for prom or anything. It's actually, I mean, I don't know. This is just how I'm understanding emotional and that sort of thing. This is how the energy is sharing itself. This is how the wisdom shares itself. So whether this was you exactly, this hair or not, this is how spirit is sharing this wisdom. So it's basically a girl with both of bangs, and her hair is very straight and almost flat, and it's kind of short even. And it's not there's no hairspray in it. There's nothing fancy about it. So it's sort of showcasing that she's kind of maybe a plain girl or an everyday girl. But when you look at her, she's stunning. There's something very eye-catching about her. You don't care about the plainness. Something about her. It's really, in this lifetime, your soul actually is, it is your soul energy is not it is very loud. People see you as much brighter than you're able to see yourself, despite all of these things, all of these logs on the fire of your life. You still shine brighter than the psoriasis and the birth defects and all this chaos. You shine extremely bright. You can be the plainest girl in the room and be the brightest, most attractive star, because that is how your soul is. It shines brighter than your body and everything. This is really cool. I've never seen this come through. People have very bright souls. Sometimes it's almost like in some lifetimes we are the soul's allowed to shine through in ways that it doesn't seem allowed to in other lifetimes, where you just sort of, you just sort of get ignored sometimes. In some lifetimes, you just sort of on the lonely path, whereas other lifetimes, you may seem like a plain person, but people can't get enough of your energy. They just see you and just like you instantly just the soul shines through really bright. And that is how this is with you. You're gorgeous. That's the only way. When I feel the star, it's like, wow, it's like so gorgeous. It almost inspires me to I need that star inside my own chest, like beaming. No wonder dogs love you, because they're like, I can't get enough of that star. I want to eat it. I want to be inside the star. I want my face inside of it. I can't get you like close enough to me. The dog and the Carrie wanted to merge and become one. They're not going to be satisfied unless they can be one with you. That's honestly like the dog mentality, but that's like the human mentality with you too. So that is the first picture that comes. You're coming to me this girl in the red dress. You're touching my hand even. You're quite there's quite a sadness about this. Because you want to speak, but you don't share all the things that you feel on the inside. And so we kind of see what is a sad girl. A girl that is sort of sad. And you have all this brightness. You have all this stuff going on. But now I'm seeing the inner side, which is quite sad. You won't even tell me what is going on or what is making you sad. You just want me to understand that you're sad and to see what you're dealing with without you having to use the words. You just want somebody to see you for everything that you are. And the dogs did always see you for everything. And that's why you could develop such real bonds with them. The interactions were amazing. For your soul to have dogs, it was like the medicine that kept sustaining you. Because they could understand you. It's sort of strange because they're not of a human consciousness, they're of like a dog consciousness, but there was like a really amazing high vibrational understanding between you and your dog, your friends, the dogs. But you just, as human beings, were not able to see you in the way you wanted them to. So it was helpful for you to have these sort of to have sexual experiences that was a healing thing. My spirit guides are saying we're not going into that avenue just yet. We want to keep sharing what is this image. So we'll not go there until they prompt it. You're showing me your hands. This is really hard for you. You're even crying, wondering why you were not formed in a way that was balanced. You aren't even speaking still to me about this. You will keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. As a person, this thing has made you feel like you want to hide under a rock. Because you're getting so small, you want to become invisible, but you aren't invisible. I just see you as a person that is becoming small, but you're still visible. You're very sad, and the smaller you get, the more tears are shed. And so you're speaking to me without words. You're speaking with language of you getting smaller and then tears. I'm drying this tear, and I'm looking at your hand, and I'm doing like with it, and so you know that your hand is beautiful. I don't know why, but they say a hand worthy of marriage. because marriage is the most the energy behind it is that marriage is sort of every young girl wants. It's sort of even my own daughters, like an innate thing that young girls want to grow up and marry a handsome prince and have kids, and it's just like part of the genetics of a female. And so every young girl sort of wants to fall in love with a handsome prince. The message behind this is that this is a hand worthy of marriage, of a handsome prince, and a happily ever after. So I'm sharing that energy with you to help this part of your soul to heal and experience that. They said, Spirit said you needed to hear that because nobody has told you that your whole life. Nobody's told you, taken your hand and said this was a hand worthy of a handsome prince and a happily ever after, and that you are worthy of profound love. This hand is worthy of profound love. It is a beautiful hand, they say. It is more beautiful than all the other hands because it is different, and the fact that it is different makes it so unique and special. It is the things that make us different that make us the most unique and special in this world. Human beings are trained to see that unity or oneness, or we all stand in line, we all want to look alike, we all want to fit in. That is what makes us feel comfortable. But that does not provide satisfaction. As human beings, we need to find the joy and variety and the differences and gifts of life that create changes to the order of things. When you look at a garden full of flowers, what are you looking at? Just one flower, or are you adoring and appreciating all the different colors, all the different styles of their petals, all the different styles of leaves, all the different ways that they showcase their energy? Even weed flowers are beautiful too. Even dandelions can be beautiful. Everything has its own glimmer of beauty and wisdom that it shares with the whole. This is just really a beautiful message about appreciating variety and about love, self-love. They're asking if you love yourself now from this experience. If this experience makes you feel proud of yourself, to know that you can love yourself despite this, what makes you different, and to know you are worthy of love and that others do love you for this too. It's like Abbey loves you a lot for this hand. She thinks about it a lot more. Like, I've been thinking about this like cute baby hand of yours for ever since you told me, like, I bet that hand is adorable, and she needs to know it's adorable. It makes me want to just envision having a baby hand and just see what it's like. There's something really cute about it. So, there's just something cute about it. There's something I'm trying to say about this. Something about this flower image in the garden. About things that look different, that are so much, I'm so glad that they're different, because if everything just looked like a rose, all we would ever know was roses. We would not have all the other beautiful varieties, you know? And some of these plant varieties are kind of weird, you know what I mean? But I'm thankful for weird ones, because I don't want them to always be perfect, you know? I want to see some things that are a little off the beaten path, you know what I mean? And that's what makes it special to me. But that's the kind of human being I am. I really crave off the beaten path type of stuff. I'm off the beaten path, you know? I'm not, you don't really, I'm kind of weird. And I just am who I am. And people seem to sense that. It's been part of my life issues, you know? But I look normal. But I'm kind of kooky. Okay, so let's see what else we have about this. I don't know why, but I'm inspired to touch your heart right now. I'm holding your hand and you're very small. You're still wearing your red dress. You're like a young girl, but you're also like an adult but it's not. It's sort of like this teenage version. But because she's a teenage girl in this prom dress type thing, but because she's getting smaller, she looks like a 4-year-old. She's not a fully grown adult. She's not like, a 40-year-old woman or anything. She's like a teenage girl, and then she gets smaller and she looks like a 4-year-old. So I'm sort of touching the tears of her very young self, to let her know she's still beautiful. And I'm touching her heart. And so she kind of transforms between being 16 and being like a very young girl. This is really a big deal. This is really helping. I'm even starting to feel shaky, because this has been so long, that this experience has been in your soul. It's just been too long. It's just been there for too long. Because these were really, when you're younger, you have very intense emotional experiences as a young child and a teenager. As you grow into an adult, they start to simmer out, and it's more intellectual experiences and then just evaluating life like an adult. But children and sort of young adults, like teenagers, have very intensive emotional experiences. And so I'm experiencing that in relation to healing the heart, to the sort of youth, expression of youth. So it's really intense to be healing this because the emotions are so much louder at these younger ages. I'm telling you, it's pretty severe. It's pretty serious. I'm just going to wait and allow this to cycle through because this needed to happen big time. I'm still drying the tear. It just kind of keeps coming, but I have a feeling this is going to be showcasing a lot of improvements here shortly. Because it's like so intense, I could just, it's almost like for somebody gives you a hug for the first time in your life. I don't know, it's just the feeling is something like that. It's really beautiful. So I'm just waiting here for this to cycle through. It's still doing its thing. I'm just going to focus on the energy and pushing more energy into the heart and soul. So give me a minute here to do that. I'm going to be using red energy. And red energy, I use red because red is sort of a reflection of like Valentine's Day and love, true love. And then it's also a reflection of the heart and the color of your lips, for kissing, and the color of blood, which is life force, And so I like red. Red has a lot of, it just is, I just like red a lot. So I'm going to be using true red color here. I'm filling it with what is a beautiful red rose. The heart, the head of a beautiful red rose, is sort of filling the heart space. It's so vibrant. This red color is so vibrant. It is, there's a lot of beautiful flowers out there. Roses are kind of the go-to as the romance flower, as sort of the most beautiful flower kind of thing. And they are such beautiful flowers too. They're very unique because they have thorns while they're still this beautiful, gorgeous flower. This one is just the head. It doesn't have any thorns. It's not going to hurt your heart. It's just the beautiful soft petals in the vibrant red color, and it's just growing even more petals. It's sort of growing outwards, and blossoming in the heart too. I'm just sharing a lot more red energy here. This is a big deal because nobody understood your emotions either. It's not just about this hand. It's about your parents really had an influence too on all of this because they held you back, held you down, and tried to break you from growing into who and what you are as like a thriving young woman. But even still, you have accomplished so much in your life. You're an amazing woman. You're an inspiring woman. they're showing me you told me about this just used to make you so angry that your dad would just put a blanket over you and just hold you down and just think it was so funny. That is in conjunction with this too, as a reflection of how your parents held you down and held you back, and you couldn't experience love for yourself with this condition because they did not have a clue how to be loving people at all. They just did not have a clue. I don't want to talk too much about them because they really have healed and they really aren't a reflection of what they were. Believe it or not, souls can transform like that. It's really shocking because you can have some really twisted souls, right? And they can heal in the light instantly. It's really crazy. As a human beings, things just don't happen overnight, right? In the soul world, things can happen instantly. When it comes to transformation, it happens instantly. Healing the heart from this emotional thing is taking time, right? Because that was a pretty deep wound. And it has other reflections here related to it too. They need you to see that you are a beautiful young woman. They're telling this to your 16-year-old self. And there's sort of like a very loving man here. Is sort of a reflection of what a true divine male father figure is actually. Just a real kind man is here to hold your hand as a 4-year-old and give you a hug in a way your father was not able to. You actually needed a man. They're saying this is a soulmate from the spirit realm. This would be the equivalent of PeeWee's spiritual expression as a father figure, and his soul come to give you a hug. But it was like it was a young version of yourself. Because PeeWee didn't have the arms to do it as a dog, but as a soul he can. Man, it was like so meaningful. PeeWee as a man is pretty cool. As a father figure, he's really lovely. He's just giving you a hug and giving to you what was not given by your real father. Because your real father did not he was not able to understand love like this. You're actually letting go of a great deal of emotion. This very young self is actually allowing this PeeWee, the father figure, very loving man, to give you a hug and tell you that you are beautiful the way God made you. And then you're crying a lot because you didn't have anybody to do that for you. This has a lot to do with that blue butterfly transformation. Caterpillar turned into that beautiful butterfly. Caterpillar's kind of like a worm, it's like a really different kind of worm. And then it turns into that beautiful butterfly. This is kind of like you too. Life is about transformation, acceptance of self, even in that pit of just absolute chaos. You're really a strong person. She's actually, this young version of you feels like laughing. I mean, she feels instantly better. She needed to get all that out. She's actually really excited and wants to run and go play in this sort of field of yellow flowers and just sort of long grasses. It's kind of exciting because she's like 4-year-old or something. And so the grasses are taller than her, and so it's sort of like an exciting adventure. But there's some grasses that are not as tall, so she's sort of hiding and playing in the open. And she's having a lot of fun with this. And now she's playing with PeeWee in this field, and you're sort of playing hide and seek with each other. That is really sweet. It's like a really natural connection of love. Aw, this is so sweet. PeeWee's like looking at me now as what is a reflection of a man, like maybe in his 30s. just a really nice, kind, just very nice, kind soul. I can't stand crying, but sometimes the emotion is just so raw, you know, and the love shared is just so raw. It brings tears to your eyes. You can watch Jerry Springer, or you can talk to Pee-wee's higher self. Like, which one? Pee-wee's is the gorgeous soul, is so loving. He's giving me a hug now too. It's really sweet. A very loving way. It's a very kind gesture. It's like he's still hugging me. It's a really kind gesture. So now you understand. It was really meaningful. We're still sort of in this state with the younger version of the image. The energy is just so beautiful right now. It's such a high vibration, so meaningful. Pee-wee's a part of your heart, and he's sort of entering this heart portal with the rose flower, and filling it with even more love, and good memories and happiness, and he's so thankful he got to experience that lifetime with you. That's all he's going to talk about. The end is not the value. The value was the joy that you had together. Man, it's so emotional, so raw, and real and loving. That's what he wanted to tell you. You know, it's loving dog companion, speaking from the other side. It's just souls that are, those who enter into our family pets, you know, really special. This is part of this whole thing. This is part of the healing that your heart needed. The heart of this part is a part of your soul that is healing, but your physical heart needed this badly. Your physical heart has needed this quiet from those memories with your parents, but it is healing of this caliber, to hear Pee-wee and to feel hugged and loved, and then to understand, sort of heal from this hand. This is going to be a monumental gift for you. It's pretty serious. They're not allowing me to enter into the 16-year-old version. We are just gonna wait for a minute. The healing is still in a transfer setting right now. I owe it to you to give you this time. It's the only way I can describe it. Your heart is literally sucking in all of the love I'm experiencing right now. It is filling it up the gas tank with this real, raw, emotional love that is so transformative. It makes you soar. It makes you just see how dazzling you are, too. It gives you a whole new sensation of just self-love and acceptance. You shouldn't even have to accept yourself. You're just already accepted. You're already loved, you know? But this society does complicate that feeling, you know? Starting to relax more now. This energy shifts do some weird things to me. I'm starting to transition out of that experience into the next one. So it just takes a minute while the energy shifts. It's very strange the way this is feeling for me. Because it was so emotional and so deep and so loving, and now it's still I'm still half in that, and then trying to transition into the next scene, and it hasn't happened just yet. I'm just allowing my spirit guides to take me to the next scene. They are asking me if I know where I'm going. I'm being led to what is a really bright sunlight. So that is the whole picture. So you have like a TV screen and it is bright yellow, but there's no TV there. You're just going into like yellow orange, and it's like I'm going into a bright sun. And all I can see is the light of the sun. And I'm going in here, and I don't know why, but it's just an amazing feeling. I just want to go in here and just stay in here. It's kind of like that awesome bright feeling that I get about you. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like, you are the most attractive person to all of our eyes, because there's something about your soul that shines through everything. And it's amazing. This feeling of the sunlight is just wowing me. I feel like I'm getting I'm just inhaling awesome and feeling amazing and feeling super right now. I want to stay here. It's like I'm swimming in the pool of awesome right now, and it's like a bright yellow sunlight of energy, and it's so just dazzling. I can't even stop looking at it. I'm just mesmerized by it. I'm like the fly to the light that doesn't like zap me. It's just the light that just gives more and more and more, and I just want to stay here. I'm going to go shopping through this store of give, of the awesome sun that's so bright and dazzling to my eyes. It's so great. This is truly like a reflection of your soul. So bright and so awesome to be around. It's like so bright. It's overwhelming. The energy is really great to experience. It's amazing right now. Something else is happening here. I seem to be taking a drive in a very old car, like one of the first ever cars, and it makes like a lot of noise, and it's sort of is bouncy. It seems like we're going somewhere on this road isn't even very well paved, so it's really bouncy, you know? But it doesn't bother us that it's bouncy or noisy. It's pretty special to be in a car. That's the feeling. It's pretty special. I just sort of, I want to hear it make noise, like the bell to ring, you know, to honk its horn or something. I'm just sort of really excited about this. I'm kind of like a giddy child in some weird way. And everybody seems to be wearing black, like black suits. It just feels like everybody's wearing black for some reason. I don't know, I'm just like moving along, and it's just like I'm bouncing, and it's exciting, and I don't know, I feel like a child in a car or something. It's really exciting. It just even makes me want to bounce. Like I'm really in it. It feels like it, I am. It's really cool. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm it on down. I'm getting a little too excited here. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. I'm calming down. I'm not gonna bounce with the car. It makes me want to bounce though. It's funny. Okay, it's funny. I'm trying to calm down. I can't help it. I'm like a child in a car that's bouncing, and it's cool. I'm trying really hard. See, this is how kids are too. They're just like, I'm really trying to be serious right now. I'm trying to be a good kid. I can't help it. It's exciting. It's driving me nuts. It's kind of like dogs, you know. I can't help it. I just want to lick your face off. Just let me lick your face off. It's like something weird like that about this whole thing. I'm just so childlike about it. It's so exciting. Because the feeling is just so real. And they're asking me if I know where I'm going. I was like, I just am in the bouncy car. I don't care. just keep driving, please. Just let me enjoy this funny feeling. It's starting to stall out now. Instantly, like back to the normal world again. It's so weird when it stops. Like, man, I was bouncing. I really liked it. Okay, it's all stopped now. I guess we're gonna get out the door and we have to go somewhere. I feel like, so I'm wearing a white dress. It's sort of like I'm going to church or something. It's like people are dressed really nice. But it's still, it feels like really early times, like the early 1900s. Before, it's just sort of odd. It's almost like I don't know when the cars were made, but maybe like 1910 or something. People have not transformed yet into like the roaring 20s style just yet. People are still kind of farmery and you know, in their stations of life. And we're obviously in this scenario, we're upper station because I'm in a very beautiful white dress, and then the men are just in black suits. I'm trying to see females here. I just feel like I'm going into church. I'm really tiny. I'm just trying to go get to the door. I just feel like the door is forever away. But I'm holding on to it. Just everybody's so much taller than me. I'm like a 2-year-old or something. It's really weird. I feel like maybe I'm even younger than that. It's like they're helping me walk. I don't know what it is, but it's so dirty, dusty. We're going into a place. My Abbey mind I just think of church. That there's even some horses out here. Sort of weird like that. Something's just not right. They're saying, did you ever think you were going home? I was like, I guess something feels really wrong. Like instantly really bad. I don't like the way this is feeling right now. It's like something really bad's about to happen. I'm not able to see what it is, but I can feel like something really bad, and I'm not gonna like the sound of it. Not after that fun time in the car, you know. It's like, please don't show me whatever this is. I don't want to know. They're like, just breathe and then just follow along. Spirit guides say that. So I'm honestly feeling so sickly right now. It's like a really sick feeling in my stomach, and it's making my skin go cold. That's the only way I can describe this. Asking me if I know what happens in this scene. Something not good. They're saying, yes, something not good does happen in this scene. I can't formulate it. It almost is so insane. It's like something insane is about to happen. This has something to do with a death incident. I can't get past the energy just yet. I mean, it's as weird as if, I mean, this is not what it's saying that it is, but the way this feels, it's as weird as like alien beings just came out and just took us or something weird like that. I mean, it's like something so insanely unpredictable, it would just be as weird as that. Because nothing was it was like a normal day. It was like a really happy normal day. And something really bad and unpredictable. I mean, I'm feeling sick to my stomach like nobody's business right now. So I'm going to go enter into my higher self and speak from my higher self in order to... my spirit guides aren't telling me what happened. They're forcing me to find a way to learn how to just understand what this is about. So as my higher self, I'm going to choose to identify what this is about, and then my spirit guides will correct me if this isn't right. So I'm just back to being this young child, and I'm holding this daddy's hand, is the way it feels. We're walking into a building. It's as weird as if there's a very disgusting ritual about to take place here. But it doesn't, they're taking me in here. She says, they're taking me in here. mommy and daddy taking me in here, but I see no women in here. It's all just a bunch of men here. It's almost like a really sick thing's about to happen. She just keeps saying, mommy, daddy, take me in here. But I see no women. Again, I see no women in here. I can't even get into it. They're saying just to tell. All right, I'm just supposed to speak exactly what I see. I'm like, I'm just gonna say exactly what I see. Okay. This basically, what is like an open space, but it's sort of like a church space. It's a bunch of wooden things. She's going to get purified, apparently. But purification that is not aligned with what is proper, like baptism. It's going to be something gross and disgusting. Now we are starting to explore this sexuality, which stemmed. This whole life of yours, Carrie, has been a sort of an aftermath of some really bad thing that happened in a past life. It was like you just got hit by a 2x4 in the face, and then it just mashed into you in this like next lifetime. But this girl is so naturally loving and happy and trustworthy and youthful and like a little child. And she's going into the space and is making me want to barf. I'm in this space. There's literally like a satanic symbol on the floor, and I've seen this before. They're wanting me to describe it, and it's like a star with a circle. That's the best I can identify it. I'm feeling pretty sick being in here right now. I don't see any women in here. It's because the energy is just so overwhelming, it's hard to keep up with this. I'm just going to allow the scene to take place, and I'm just going to stop being emotional about it. I'm going to disconnect from the emotion of it. I'm just going to see the scene take place, and it is what it is. There's an angelic sort of, there's spiritual people that are actually entering into the scene. So I'm seeing it through spiritual eyes. I'm actually sort of soaring above this event taking place, and this young girl is literally like the only female in here. There's some entities here that are welcoming this ceremony. I can't define what they look like. They're sort of grayer, and they have some white to them. And their soul reflection is energy or light energy, sort of like grayed out faces, but sort of surrounded by a white light. She's sort of, they have a way of conducting the ceremony, helping human beings to conduct this sort of work. So she's coming in here from these very large doors, but she's also so small they look really big. I'm trying to get this to, it just wants to keep stalling out at the doors. So I can't get it to complete itself. I'm altering the vibration so we know it is safe for it to complete itself. This is a pretty big wound. This had to be removed. This has a lot to do with energy in your spiritual atmosphere, and it is the only way that we can provide the right relief for you, Carrie. You needed this. They're telling me to trust and allow this to unwind itself. So she's coming in the door now and looking around, and she's basically, it's like she can see demons in everybody's faces. It's like everybody's possessed. I only see these two guys, but I'm also seeing her. She seems to sense or know there's something not right here. What was perfectly joyful is now turning into psycho and disgusting. She as a child seems to see, sense, and know that this is what is taking place. She doesn't feel good inside. She has no choice but to trust her parents. But I see no women here. So now I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see other faces here. There are some women here. Everything is starting to calm down and is starting to look like a normal church. I'm actually starting to feel nothing scary at all. She's seeing there's something else here that is definitely here. What the heck? So we're just going in. Something horrible about this whole time. I mean, I can't make sense of it, because what it is sort of a demonic ritual, but is also blending with the normal church ceremony. It's freaking me out. And she seems to see demons and stuff. As a child, she's getting terrified. There's also what is a symbol on the floor here, and there's other people, spirit people, ushering this sort of word. It's a very disgusting vibration here. I'm sorry, this is going to take however long it takes for me to get through this. It's hard for me. It keeps getting jammed up because it's sort of really hard for me to digest it. They're playing sounds on the piano, like an organ. And church is in session now. It's a normal pre-sky. Everything is sort of evaporating. It's not there now. It seems like a normal day at church now. But they were saying, didn't you think that she was going home and not going to church? This is definitely a church scene. But there was also a scene with house and horses. The horses are somehow interrelated too with this church. Animals. It's just, I'm telling you, there's demons all over this place. There's seriously demonic energy all over this place. As a spiritual healer, this would, I'm honestly, there's this, I can't yet. This is where I go in and do all the other spiritual work, but because I'm in your spiritual atmosphere and doing this work from there, I have to just let the scene play out. I can't transform any of these demons yet, or they're forcing me to walk through this entire scene, and they aren't giving me a lot of information. They're telling me I'm providing enough clarity. Your soul will understand this. I'm going to tell you what I see here, all right? This is a normal spiritual healing type of vision. That was related to a past life experience. I'm still in this church. People are having a normal church ceremony. I'm able to see the satanic symbol, but it seems like nobody else, it's not actually there, but sometimes it's there. It's white. There's an odd thing coming out of the ground here, and it's just like an odd animal coming out of the ground. Ask me if I know what kind of animal it is. It is absolutely nothing on this planet Earth. It would be somewhere in between like a hippo and a boar or something, because it has like these teeth that come out, and it's fat and round. It's not as big as a hippo. It's kind of got skin like a hippo, but it also has like some flecks of hair like a hyena. It's a black creature coming out from down here. It's sniffing around. There's other things coming out of this sort of spiritual layer. Like other dark entities coming around and out of here. It's like filling with creatures and weird dark spirits. I mean, the whole place is coming alive with evil. But these people seem to be, there's no air conditioning. People are fanning themselves and just listening to the organ and the priest talk, while simultaneously this really gross stuff is going on. I'm not able to connect with the child. I can't hear her speak to me or see her terror or fear. This is what I'm seeing now from this space as this is going on. The whole floor is actually there's quite a lot of demonic stuff going on underneath this floor. There's even what is people just completely oblivious to what is going on here. And there's quite a dark entity coming out of from underneath the floor. He's just really enjoying this space, and he's sort of sucking in all this energy. It's like, but aren't they praying to God? So how is he enjoying this? Some sort of really sick and twisted manipulation going on, and because you have a priest speaking the word of God, and there's obviously other twisted, sick stuff going on here, now he's just sharing manipulation. He's not being honest about who he is. So that even feeds these veins with much more energy. You can't speak with pure words when you're doing impure acts behind people's back. You're a liar now. So it even conducts like a dark ceremony, even though we're at church with everybody having good intentions. But they're saying the people in this church did not have good intentions, and there was sort of a band of those who were aligned with this demon work, and they knew, and their intentions were aligned with this demon work with children. So when they purify you for a baptism, they're doing it in a demonic way, although it appears to be just a normal church ceremony. Somehow the symbol here is sort of motion, like a rippling energy. It's sort of in the energetic layers, but I can see it with my eyes as if it's painted on the ground or something. Sort of a real ripple of energy that is intensifying here, like the air is getting really hot, and I can see a mirage of that sort of heat energy, but it's just lifting and lifting everything upward. They're asking me if I think she was baptized through a demon ceremony, and I'm saying yes. Everything is telling me yes. I thought she was going to be raped or something. That has not been shown that is what happens, but she is absolutely being demonized through a baptism. It's really disturbing to me right now. How did this happen? I mean, the intention of church was not, I mean, it ended up, it's sort of like it became like a the ultimate manipulation of society. You create an umbrella of purity and say this is pure and looks pure, but underneath there is the truth, which is extremely deranging. They're asking me again if I think she was baptized in a demon ceremony. I'm saying yes. That they're not answering me. We are going to continue with the church procession. So we'll see what happens. I'm telling you, this place is filling with like cockroaches of the dark. And you just have women just fanning themselves, smiling, and men just sitting there with their legs crossed, and like in the way men do, like a male leg cross, I guess. It's just everybody's sort of in a really hot church, not seeing all this spiritual stuff developing. There's a lot of dark entities, and I'm getting lightheaded from all of this. She's the only little girl with a white dress on in here. That's what they're saying now. She's the only little girl in this church. Everybody else is adults. There's even more energy flooding and pooling in here. We're talking a liquid of energy flooding in here. I can see it so thick. Before, the air was just stale. The more this church procession goes on, the thicker the energy is, and it is literally like a liquid. It's very thick liquid of energy that is pooling and developing here. And it's inspiring, and it's just attracting more and more sort of the gruesome dark evilness to come and be inspired to come here. It's attracting like a magnet. There's like hordes and hordes of dark spirits and stuff in here. It almost feels though like a normal church though. Experience. She's the only girl in a white dress in here. Only little person in here. There's a dark entity. She's walking down the center of the aisle. There's a dark entity that actually picks her up. But her physical self is still walking towards the front of the church, while simultaneously a dark entity actually has a part of her soul right now. Are you serious? They're asking if I know what they did with her soul. This is just, I can't believe this. I don't like it when these rebirth journeys show stuff like this, because it's just, we human beings, we sort of are ingrained with this is just too much. This, I just don't believe it, you know, but There's a lot more sick stuff going on out there than any of us know. There's a lot more stuff going on with alien beings than any of us know. Trust me, the goal here is to make an idea of what normal reality looks like, and anything that is less than normal is just hidden and swept underneath the rug. This is a real thing I'm experiencing. I would not ever have intended to see this for you, Carrie, because you're adorable. This is not what I choose to see about you, but this is what Spirit is sharing. So there's a reason I connect. There's a reason why I'm here. Some souls must sense that I have some ability to go into really creepy lifetimes like this. Because I always see the most sick and twisted lifetimes. I'm like not a creepy person. I'm like pretty happy. It's like, is there something wrong with me that I can see this stuff? So she's, this demon has her, and her soul right now is just sort of holding her soul. Her soul is extremely vulnerable because it's in this human body, and it is being released to the demon world as an infinite energy for them, as a gift to the demon world. Outside of her choice, because she's a child, so it's sort of her choices are in her parents' hands. So when the parents choose now, the soul is sort of vulnerable. It's something weird like that. The soul is vulnerable, and when it is in child version, in the physical layers, because the child's mentality is vulnerable. So the soul is experiencing the child mentality, and now the soul is vulnerable. So they conduct this work with children because the souls are so freaking vulnerable. There's some other weird and gruesome things they were doing in this church with people, putting them on sort of an odd metallic like bar thing, holding their arms and legs outward. And they were doing they were doing stuff with the spirit. Even older people. This man literally is going through a demon ceremony. He's probably, I don't know how to age this, maybe 20 or something. He doesn't look like a teenager. He doesn't look quite like an adult man, like in his 30s yet. He looks really skinny and sickly, though. He has long hair, like he's been trapped in a dungeon for a while. As I'm seeing this work being done, there's actually very gross things being done to his soul. The soul is bubbling inside of his body, and it's turning black from this pain of the spiritual torture. I've also experienced this. So now I get to see it being done too. This is a real thing. But when you're vulnerable to it, it will, I was emotionally vulnerable through that is why I experienced that. And this is why this is not powerful enough unless you allow yourself to experience vulnerability from spirit. Then now you can be possessed and all kinds of stuff. So that's why I'm strong enough to do this work, because I am strong in spirit. Most human beings don't know how to be strong in spirit. And so when you're taken and now you feel vulnerable and you feel like you have no power, now power is taken from you because you are giving it up, right? This isn't just about a spiritual act. This is about human beings even letting go of their freedom and allowing structures of society to control them. And now they feel comfortable being controlled like sheep. Spiritual control as well will consume you if you let it. So this man is experiencing some extraordinary hell, and the spirits who do this work are quite thrilled. It feels really amazing for them to take away the soul light, to see a soul feel vulnerable in the human body, because they can do really terrible things now. That's a gift this is a gift. They keep saying this call is a gift. This priest, though, it just seems like he has no emotion about what he is doing. He seems just possessed and controlled by a higher force in order to conduct the work appropriately. He will experience a blessing, a demon blessing from this gift. It's the only way you can describe it. So Carrie, in this lifetime, you're a small child experiencing a demon ceremony, and their soul is being taken by this demon. It's hard to believe. We just went through all that beautiful stuff with PeeWee and the sunshine. Why is this happening? They're telling me that I need to continue, and this is appropriate work for you to do this work of healing for your soul. Things that you find. There's a little soul, a little demon carrying your little white soul. This sort of man is still on the bar. I don't know where this is located, but this is somehow in conjunction with this sort of rounded circular metal barring thing. He's not being removed from it. I'm starting to see too many demons here. I mean, this is making me vulnerable because I have to go through the scene, and part of that is I'm ingesting all this demon work. They're asking me if I know how to protect myself, and I'm saying I'm already protected, but my emotions are vulnerable, so I need to somehow turn the emotions off for a minute, so we can continue to get through this. I will be returning the soul fragment to you if they've taken it. Hold on, I'm still working on disconnecting my emotions from this. I have to evaluate it as an infinite soul. And not as a human being. I'm still disconnecting from this. When I get to seeing stuff like this, that makes me feel very vulnerable. Because emotionally, I see stuff like this, I don't want to see this stuff. When I see this stuff and I'm in my own space, I can go in it and then I can transform it. But part of this is the learning and the exploration of what happened to you, this part of your soul. So I have to kind of follow along, and that alone is putting me like standing in a corner watching something very terrible taking place, and I can't do anything about it. It's sort of making me feel emotional too. I'm just going to take PeeWee's hug and the flower and the love of all. I'm just going to fill myself with that. And the sunlight and everything that's good in this world. The butterfly and the silly Flibbertigibbet. This has some freaky thing to do with the Little Pigs book. Didn't I call that creepy? It was creepy, but it made an impression. This is the Little Pigs book. I'm waiting here. It's starting to change the energy, and I'm starting to see new things, and it's really hard. Basically, there's a child being read to. I'm getting really dizzy right now. Man, I just have to find a way to stabilize. I'm done. This whole place is coating it in gold. I'm breaking this ceremony now. I'm done ingesting this. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm breaking the ceremony right now, and it's going away. So I'm going to do this. I'm here. I'm Mother Snake as a red energy, profound entity of the source. I'm filling this room with true love and the power of snake healing. There's a massive orb of energy coming out of the ground, and it is a very vicious snake eating its own tail. This is a reflection of human beings as a snake eating their own tail. When we do not choose to love each other and be in balance and harmony with unconditional love, now we are destroying each other, and we will continue to eat our own tail until we get out of this. They're talking to you, Carrie. I'm just going to tell you what they said. They say, Carrie, are you eating your own tail? When you allow your emotions to continue to cycle through and they just continue to... There's something about a really bad echo. We're healing all of that, so you're free. You're not eating your own tail. You're too amazing. You're too awesome. You're too special. You're too profound. You're actually not. But they say that you had because you were inspired and taught to behave a certain way. that is made a really bad recurring cycle for you. To get to this point, to find balance is incredible, because you are incredible. I'm breaking this whole thing up. So now this is the wisdom, this snake eating its own tail. I'm seeing the snake is now dying because we're not eating our own tail anymore. This is not a reflection of the highest vibration of Mother Snake. Mother Snake knows all about this. She is inspiring a new ingestion of energy, and it will be digested by every single person in this church. They will ingest what is pure love and true energy and healing, and they will not be able to leave this church until they are done ingesting this medicine. This is snake medicine. This is a healing medicine. Each human being in this room is given 2 snakes, red snakes of energy that go up their legs and then enter into the spine, to allow them to purge their souls of the ingestion of this superior demon manipulation. This whole thing was a superior demon manipulation, one big bad demon. The big guy who's sort of enjoying this whole setup. Because even the priest himself thinks he's being given a demon blessing. He's being manipulated. The demon blessing is a manipulation. We have a child involved here, and her soul's being taken, and people are okay with it. They don't have a freaking clue what they're doing because they are possessed and demonized and manipulated. A lot of human beings are manipulated on all different levels. Brainwashed, manipulated to do things of this kind and think that it is providing wealth or higher stature or whatever. There's all different versions of it. That's why I'm here, right? So we can get the truth out, whatever the truth is, and then we heal it. Your soul's not even going to be the same anymore. I could not see this unless my spirit guide showed this to me, Carrie, because I do not see this in you at all. I see how beautiful you are. So for them to show this to me, I can't make this stuff up. So I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm not tolerating it. I am taking your soul right now, little girl, and this soul here that is being taken by the demon. Something else is going on here. There's some sort of funnel of energy. Something much darker is about to happen here. I'm not able to take her soul just yet. That's what they're telling me. She's still walking up there. This ceremony is still being conducted. That is the illusion. This is a demon mind I'm working with here. I am seriously dealing with a very serious demon right now. I don't know if I can do this on video. Alright, my spirit guide says you will do this on video and you will show people the truth about the power of love and about heaven and about human beings, and no judgment, okay? No judgment on any of these people despite the actions and what we're seeing and learning. Because heaven forgives all. Because when souls become demons, they lose themselves. They become sick, and that becomes their version of love. So when they are given the opportunity to remember what real love feels like, they will either return to it or they won't. This guy is going to return to it, and the only way I'm going to free your soul is to go down really deep into his realm and layer of where all the satanic stuff is going on. They asked me if I think this is Satan. I was saying, well, if it is, then I'm going to be happy to take his light body side, Lucifer's light body side with me. And so he is here with me. We went down into this deep hole that is in the church. So you have like human beings who are just in a programming simulation and they're just following along with whatever this creepy thing is. They seem to be in a trance and sort of possessed by this. And they're experiencing all this. They don't seem to have a relationship with what is actually taking place. They're weird. It's almost like a small community of possessed people. It's freaking weird. This is how it's all I'm experiencing it all. It's out in the middle of nowhere, okay? out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows what's going on. Sort of a kept secret, sort of weird thing like that. There's other stuff, demonic stuff going on here. Your soul is involved with this, Carrie. I'm like really astonished by this. I'm going down into... The spirit guides are saying, are you really astonished by this? And it's like, I don't want to see this stuff and think this actually happened. But this is happening all across the globe, more than we know. So I'm going down into this hole that was just erupted in this space as I'm filling everybody with healing snake energy. And it's sort of funneled into this thing. I tried to go up there and grab your soul fragment, but it was not to be released because I have to go down and release it through healing the demon himself. Sort of welcoming me, sort of excited about this. They're always excited about this. So I'm here with Lucifer. The thing is he wants to make it out like he's a real menace and that he's much stronger than I am. Thing is I know who and what I am, and so he actually needs me in order to transform. And so this is part of their sickness, is they really try to scare you or terrify you, when actually you are part of the source of heaven. So you are all of heaven shining through your soul, and then you are reminding them what unconditional love feels like. I'm calling in this higher... Alright. Give me a minute here. I'm asking if it is okay to say this or not. They're saying you are working with Lucifer's higher self right now. Him as an angel, a diamond angel that you've worked with in other occasions, who has been monumental healing for your own soul. Your soul has a deep love for him because his soul had experienced a journey, right? But all demons do transform. Lucifer isn't the only demon in the infinite universe, trust me. He was once an angel, and then he can return to being an angel unless he has. And so this is not, they can call him Satan all he wants and make him think he's the big daddy of all, but he's just another demon, you know what I mean? And so I'm here with Lucifer, and we're going into his space. His realm is quite disgusting. It's all dank, a rancid earth. Beneath my feet is sort of a red glow in between like old dirt, sort of rotten soil. And it's on the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. And then he's sort of in there, and there's all this sort of really sick and twisted demonic sex rituals and all kinds of demonic worship to him, the almighty demon of this. I'm showing him how I can still grow things in your demon world, because love is what heals all. He's creating a ripple of dark pool of liquid, but they're saying it is a reflection of me trying to grow things in a rancid space. It is just turning rancid because there's not enough air or light or sort of versions of those vibrations in order to grow things. So they're helping me to understand how to transform this work. They're saying I will transform the works of this demon, and this will heal a lot of human beings across the globe. All the people in this church and the priest will be released from his lair of demonic hell, including all the souls that were harmed, including that man on the bars, which is also a reflection of PeeWee, believe it or not, and then your little soul. That's what they kept saying, but I was not going to, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, that's not, PeeWee's not, that's not, please tell me that's not. He was so loving. I don't like it. I'm just going to him as my higher self, Mother Snake, and I just want to see what she'll do here. And I'm here with Archangel Lucifer. I'm actually supposed to be working alongside him to do this work, so I need to figure out how I do that real quick. He actually is creating an orb of energy around me, and then he is encircling me with sort of a diamond energy. He is going to be transforming the bloodlines as well here. That's what he does. He heals satanic bloodlines and stuff. It's a demon ingestion that goes into the DNA strand. It's really crazy. Blood is far more powerful than any of us know, right? When you start realizing that there's a lot more going out there than any of us know, now suddenly you really open Pandora's box. Can you tolerate it? Are you able to digest the truth? Some people who want enlightenment just suddenly don't. So you have to learn how to digest it. I'm still learning how to digest some of this stuff. I don't know why, but I'm going as a very holy light, that I'm sacred. I'm a very sacred expression of the divine, and Lucifer sort of gave this energy to me through this orb and this diamond energy. He really is Lucifer. He's not the devil. He's Lucifer, the archangel. He's really a beautiful reflection. And so I'm here and I'm inspired to create actually a fountain. It's like a bird bath, and in it is some sort of extremely pure liquid. I'm touching the liquid and I'm enhancing it with energy. Everything is really in slow motion. I'm feeling very pure right now. So I'm pushing him out of my third eye. He's trying to enter into me. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, so we'll have to work on this some more. So I'm going to drink this pure water in his own realm. I don't know why, but that is what I need to do to get him to release from me now. So my spirit guys are saying, so you've ingested him? I'm saying, well, he sure as heck went in there. But that doesn't mean he's there for good. It just means that I'll have to do some work to release him. So let's see here. Okay, I'm filling with a higher vibration of heavenly light. I'm allowing myself to find and experience profound healing now. I release your soul from my spiritual atmosphere now. Now I say he is removed from my spiritual atmosphere. And now he is. I'm inspired to plant roses everywhere here. And the roses are in conjunction with this fountain, which is blue. This is really pretty, pristine water. And the roses are growing from this infinite water itself. I'm filling the space with golden, heavenly energies in order to transform it. I'm using the violet flame. I am standing underneath it in my orb of diamond energy and purity and sacredness. I say I am sacred and pure now. I am a pure reflection of heaven. I am a gift of unconditional love. I fill you now with unconditional love. I choose to allow you to feel and experience it. I'm giving him a gift of my crystal ball, which has been charged all kinds with love. I'm actually allowing him to feel and experience it, so he can feel and remember what heaven feels like. It feels amazing. This is helping a lot. It is lifting his soul, in fact. He's quite terrible. I gotta focus on the positive. So I feel like I'm able to grow things. I feel like I'm channeling light now. And I'm asking Jesus to enter the space, a reflection of heaven as well. Lucifer is glowing with white light, and he's sharing white light in 360 degrees through his wings, and through his halo, through his head, through his feet, through everything. Everything is feeling amazing. I'm actually merging with Lucifer. So our souls are in oneness with each other, and now Jesus is merging with us, so we three are in merging together. And we are sharing light of our soul, infinite souls, through everything here. This is helping him to experience this. So I say I am the light of all. We're still working on this. There's production going on here. I'm focused. I just can't leave the focus. I have to be very focused. There's some breaking going on with this space. It is it's so much energy going on in here. They're saying, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. That's being just echoed through this space over and over again. Jesus and I and Lucifer, we are all saying it to him. I forgive you, I forgive you. We forgive you, we forgive you. Over and over again. He's not been able to forgive himself, so he just remains in this way, just wreaking havoc and then just drinking it in as a means to find self-satisfaction. But eventually they realize that isn't real love anymore, and they want to return, but they have a hard time when they can't forgive themselves. He's starting to experience this. That was very vulnerable. I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely in a vulnerable setting, especially when I felt him inside me. That was very bad. But you stay strong and you stay confident, and you keep channeling healing and unconditional love, and you know that this is what they need. And so the more love you fill your body with, the more love you channel out and through you, and the more love you connect with, then they become vulnerable even inside of your own spiritual atmosphere. They start to transform by the love that you are. And so this work takes focus. It does, but you can accomplish this. Anybody can do this. And it's important that we do this. So we are saying this some more. We forgive you. The three of us are standing here around this fountain as friends. We're supposed to say we're lovers and friends. Just people, just souls who absolutely adore each other. Reflections of the infinite who adore each other. All souls adore each other. As human beings, we might feel differently about that. As souls, we adore each other. We're all lovers and friends in the spirit realm. So we're holding, each of us are putting our hands together in a triangle around this sacred pond with these roses sort of growing in these different corners. And there's some sort of like shadows of all kinds of sick stuff going on all over the place. He's not visually there. I can't see him, but I know he's there. So we're channeling all this in. This is me helping every person this guy has manipulated. He's a very old soul. They're saying, my spirit guides are saying he's an old soul. And I'm saying there's an ancientness that I'm feeling. I need to focus. There's somehow the light of our hearts, so Lucifer, Jesus, and I, we're turning into white light, and the light from our hearts is channeling into this water, and it's creating a beam of like a reflective mirror, and it's beaming our light, our like concentrated light all over this place. The spirit guides are saying, so you're working with Jesus and Lucifer to transform this space. And I say, yes, I am. They're saying, you are working with Jesus and Lucifer to transform this demon. And I say, yes, I am. We are putting a heart in this space. It is the love of all. And through this heart now is beaming out true love. True love that is worthy of holding your hand. You know, the handsome prince and the happily ever after and all the dreams we aspire to have in our lives. Love and balance and harmony and joy and unconditional love for each other, without judgment. This is turning the water red, but that's not a sign of there's nothing negative about this. This is part of like purified blood or something, Jesus's blood or something, purifying the sins of all, is something along those lines. It's extremely sacred. It is becoming so thick in this sort of sacred heart. It is actually pouring over the fountain, and is pouring into the ground and saturating it with sacred blood. Pure blood, not demon manipulation energy, but Jesus's blood sort of thing. It's a very holy, sacred thing that is going on here. See how you transform demons in the spiritual? How do you transform demons in the physical? You have to go to their turf and transform them there. I'll talk more about this, and I just have to stay focused. So much energy. This ground is saturating with real pure blood. Sort of all, it's just, the energy is really intense right now. I'm putting my crystal ball in there because it is a reflection of unconditional love. It is a gift from heaven to me. It is charged with energy. I'm adding it to this fountain to fill this blood with even more love from heaven. It's sort of my gift to the demon who needs to feel what real love feels like. To heal all of the souls involved here. And then to free all the souls. This is going to take some time. This is working big time. It's just a lot of energy. I just need to focus. I'm going to close my eyes and just focus for a minute. It works better now when I close my eyes. I'm releasing everything that is even deeper than this layer, which is quite dark down there. I mean, it is a catacombs of dark, dead sort of souls down there. I mean, there's thousands of souls underneath his layer. They're all coated in black tar energy. These are all the souls that have been manipulated by him. He's sort of in his little happy dungeon, demon dungeon down here. Soul fragments that have endured his manipulation. We are all going down here, sort of, it's almost like the floor came up to us, but we came down to it. We're all with them now in this fountain. We've not changed our spots. We're still touching each other's hands like this, sort of palm to palm like that, in a triangle. I'm inspired to share a diamond with this sacred heart, and then my crystal ball and this diamond energy. We are down here. This ground is more of a blue color, and all these souls are just sort of have no clue what's going on. They're just sort of deranged. There's almost like they're sort of lost in their own minds. They're just sort of dancing in place and just confused. They just don't even have a clue what they're doing. They're just a bunch of, there's just like, they all look the same. They're all identical in appearance right now. They all just look the same, like the outline of a human body with a black, dark blue sort of energy and just sort of dancing in place. There's thousands of them just in this weird blue room. They're just, they have no clue what they're doing. They're part of his manipulative scene. They're saying that we are transforming him. We would not have been able to come down here to release these souls unless he would have allowed it, sort of thing. But he can't. He's transforming from the energy, so he's not able to prevent us from entering down here. It's allowing us to expose everything. All of his work is exposing. So we're telling him again, we forgive you. We forgive you. We forgive you. Over and over, we're telling him we forgive you. We're saying to all these souls down here, too, that we forgive you as well. So we're just saying we forgive you. We forgive you. We're helping to release the connective bonds that are holding all of this together. There's sort of so much energy. Lucifer is sort of doing something odd with his angel wings. It's almost like he's splitting into two versions of himself. So now he's flying above us, and he is sprinkling everybody with this sort of diamond energy that he carries. To sort of, they're breathing it in. They're all inhaling his diamond energy, and they're sort of like turning into human, regular people. They're sort of looking around and not even sure. There's an instantaneous scream, and everybody's just leaving here right away. They're like, just scream, and then there were just regular adult people, women and men. Now they're flying out of here. This sort of, that is sort of it, but they haven't left. There was just an instantaneous scream when they all woke up, and I saw them all try to leave, but they're trapped here. So we have to continue to work on the energy vibration. There's an odd thing coming out of the ground now. It looks like a massive spider with a yellow bottom. And it's crawling out backwards into this room with all these people who are now just stuck in place. They can't even move. They just screamed and then they tried to fly out was the intention, and now they're just stuck. The spiders are coming out of the ground backward. They're carrying up something from a deep space below. There's even more gross bugs down here. It's like a container full of bugs. I'm going down deeper. So a part of me, so I'm not, you know what, I'm just going to stay with Jesus and Lucifer right now. I'm just going to do one thing at a time. No, I need to go down there. I need to. I'm going down there. So Jesus and Lucifer and I were simultaneously in this room with these spiders, right? With the hands pressed like this. And then we're going to all simultaneously break apart to be another versions of ourselves to go down in this hole where the spiders just came out. It is a very big open space down here. I can't believe how deep this goes. This even goes deeper than this space. This demon was manipulated by other demons. It's just such a lineage, demon lineage. Unconditional love and forgiveness is what sacredness is what I'm aligning with. All these spaces are going to find, so there's some illusion here. I'm not seeing things correctly. I'm to see things correctly now. I'm breaking, literally imagining illusion as a mirror, and I'm just busting it, and now it is cracking and I'm seeing everything for what it truly is. Now I'm inside a contained space, another illusion. It's sort of like I just broke a mirror and then I'm in a bathroom. Everything is really cut off and creepy about it, but I'm telling them that is part of the illusion that I am breaking. I am to see with clarity now. They're saying, what do you want to see, Abbey? This is an open space with nothing in it. There's stuff down here. Somehow we're speaking a different language, and this language has a way of altering vibration. Not to break the mirror of illusion, to alter the vibration in order to see with clarity. So I am removing, that space is also going away. I am leaving that space in the bathroom. They're just... Okay. There's a lot of congregation of thinking demons or something down here. I have my angel with the black wings that helps transform demons is here too, and then so my two friends that I work with, so their higher selves are here too. They're the one who's really funny. He reminds me how sometimes these demon worlds get very serious, right? And so you have to alter serious by laughing, and just seeing the light side of everything, because they do get very serious. And so you have to just start laughing and thinking of silly things, because it's sort of intolerable to them when you start laughing, just wholeheartedly. So we're just going to start laughing down here. And just feeling ourselves growing with laughter, just natural laughter, not like laughing in their faces or anything. We're just changing the energy vibration through just what is the vibration of a hearty laugh, a really good joke, of something really funny, you know. So it just alters these things naturally. It's sort of the power of laughter. It's like when you're having a really bad day, it's amazing how it's like even a good joke is just like Why'd you have to make me laugh? Because now I'm not angry anymore. It sort of has that way about it, you know what I mean? The power of laughter is really, really alters vibrations. So I'm laughing. We're all just sort of using the vibration of laughter here. There's this sort of massive energy here. What is like a giant eagle, but he's invisible. And he's stuck trying to fly, but he's stuck with arms sort of out like this, suspended. And he can't, he's just stuck. And there's an orb that he's in, but he can't move. I'm inspired, Carrie, to take this sunlight and the spark that is you that's so gorgeous and invigorating. This isn't me putting you in danger or anything. It's just taking the vibration that you are, like laughter. It's not damaging laughter by using the energy of laughter. It's not damaging anything by using a reflection of its vibration. So this energy is somehow, this is the right energy to change everything. That means your energy is the right energy to change everything. Do you see how powerful and important you are as a human being? You have the power to change everything. And you're changing everything right now in this space with us. It's really intolerant. It's trying to try and digest. It's trying to digest itself, is what it looks like. It's just too much good, happy vibes in here for it. This was a really big space. Again, illusions of perception. Is it a big space, or can I fit this space in the palm of my hands? Now what? If I can fit it in the palm of my hands, I can direct so much more energy to it. So I'm going to direct red, green, and blue, put it in the palm of my hands. They're saying set it in the sacred fountain where Jesus is sort of this blood, sins, and it's really sacred. So I'm setting this space. I'm setting the space with all the people in it. I'm setting the demon in it. I'm setting the demon's home in it. I'm setting the church and all the people in the church. I'm setting the little girl in it. I'm setting the demon with her soul fragment in it. And we are still here and saying everything. And then me and my two friends were all here too. Just even more reflections of me are here along with them, and we're just here. There's this massive angel with the black wings is sort of shielding. We're all focusing energy onto the sacred pond and filling it with heavenly light in order to transform everything. So we're doing this right now. I'm just focusing. I'm just going to have to do a weird stare for a little bit. I just got to focus. Something's coming out of this pond now. It was like the demon soul is trapped in there. He's like made out of rubber. He can't even lift himself out of the pond. This sort of fountain thing. It's like a little bird bath, but it's got 2 levels to it. Extremely pure, sacred water, but it's also the blood of Jesus, sort of that pure blood. It's forcing him to transform. They say it is okay to force a demon to transform because it is a sign that it is time for them to return to the light. Their cycle is over. When you ask and they say no, I'm not ready to, sometimes it is sort of part of a choice, but other times it's like their soul is reached the end of a cycle and now it is to be reborn, whether they're ready for it or not, or something like that. It's kind of the way it feels. He really is turning into a light body. He really is feeling a lot better. I mean, he literally is coming out of this. Seriously exhausting. He's amazing right now. He just came out. He's silver in color, has silver wings, and he just came out and he went down to all of those souls, and he's like collecting them all and taking them to heaven now. He's like cleaning up his work, like instantly. He's wanting to clean up his work, everything, really instantly. He says, I'm saying we forgive you. He's sort of like, I know. Something like that. It's like you don't have to keep. It's sort of like you don't have to keep saying it. I'm transformed now. I understand what to do now. He's amazing. I still need to. I mean, this was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I was possessed by him. He's pretty freaky. This was hard. But he's definitely amazing, and he's cleaning everything. He's like healing all the souls and the people that he manipulated. But there's something else here with this eagle. I'm allowing the eagle to be released from that space to fly with freedom. Somehow this is a reflection of your soul that's sort of trapped, preventing this eagle that is you, Carrie, from soaring. Because you were forced to give up a part of yourself for the manipulation. And that is part of why you had entered into a lifetime of so much chaos and confusion and just like a demon monkey circus. That is why. Now we understand. See what these journey healings, like, it's really hard to tolerate some of the stuff that I see, and it's like, am I insane? Like, I couldn't make that up if I tried. I don't want to see you related to that, but that is, the way I'm feeling right now is so like I just released an eagle of your soul, and the freedom your soul is going to feel about life is going to blind us all with your light and welcome us all in and hug us all and treat us like all the dogs in heaven that you love, and we're all just gonna love and adore you. It's just sort of like your soul is just very beautiful like that, very attractive, beautiful energy of this unique kind. There's so many beautiful souls out there, and each one has a unique flavor of what is their version of love, and it is gorgeous. Your soul is being released as an eagle. I'm like pretty exhausted from this, but we'll see here what's. He's like an odd bird himself, but he's silver. It's almost like he's made out of metal, and he shines, and he's silvery. Like made out of platinum or something. He's gorgeous. He's unusual looking. He's like a platinum angel or something. He's very stealthy looking. He wants to actually, he's very balanced and grounded, and he understands. He's not really like, he wants to clean up his mess now. It's the only way I can describe it. He's ready to be the opposing. Instead of the manipulator, he's ready to be the healer, to heal the works that he has created over this very long incarnation cycle. It's amazing how quickly it happens in the spirit realm. I just want to see all these souls of these people that were, I just want to see them. I just want to see that they are free. We are pouring, there's a pouring of liquid through all of these spaces, a watery liquid. They're saying this is coming from the sacred pool. The water with blood was released. The blood changes to this pure, sacred, holy water. Now the holy water is healing everything. It was appropriate that I used Jesus because this was a reflection of church and the cross, and it was desecrated. That is why Lucifer and Jesus are like super healers for sort of demonic work. I mean, Lucifer is just, I'm convinced he always was an archangel, and somehow the truth was manipulated. But I do know that there's quite a demonic energy, but there's so many demons out there. I mean, there's so many of them. There's not one, there's trillions. More we choose to see with clarity, choose spiritual eyes, and choose to be a version of unconditional love, now we can change everything, right? That space, all these spaces are filling with holy water. These people are drinking and ingesting holy water. He sort of had collected them, but I'm still choosing to see that they're there, that they're in sport of being covered in holy water and purified. They're sort of disintegrating, and sort of, they're not solid structures. It's sort of turned into statues, and now it's sort of statues turned to a liquid, and now I just see a bunch of light bodies, just doing the next thing. They're saying these light bodies are entering into heaven in order for heaven to provide them with clarity, because the souls are sort of still confused right now. Your soul is not. Let's see, what is PeeWee's soul was. He is being released from this odd pole, this circular pole thing. It's just breaking in sort of a dark space. The metal is turning into a liquid. He was sort of a sacrificial reflection, like Jesus, of some odd kind, but he was sacrificed to demons. It was like terrifying. Even his body is now turning into a liquid, and it is releasing the soul. The soul is so happy to feel freedom and relief from this. The soul's been trapped in this echo of being stuck on this metallic rounded thing in like the basement of this church. I don't understand it. That is about what's coming to me. The work done to this man was absolutely horrible. Demonic work, and it was felt in the physical. Spiritual healing is felt in the physical. Demon work is also felt, if you allow it to be. You have to choose to not be vulnerable to it. You see, I was getting vulnerable. That was very bad. That was very hard. I almost had to turn the video off and not do it by video. That demon did enter me, and what ends up happening is you get weakened instantaneously. They'll try to weaken you instantaneously from being able to think clearly, feel like you are strong enough to face them, and you'll start feeling burny. You'll start feeling like you're gonna fall apart, but you focus. You stay focused, and then you start chanting things like unconditional love, love of all, heaven, Jesus, sacred heart, sacred healing blood, sacredness. You just start chanting things. They can't, that vibration of theirs doesn't like positive energy, all right? So you see, when things get really serious like this, you stay focused, and then it's good to remember that laughter is also healing, and then it sort of lightens the mood, and it helps you regain balance too. So this is a good deal. This is a lot of freedom of energy. They're saying the butterfly, this is a transformation gift for you. I need a minute here just to let all of this holy water soak into these worlds. Sort of odd. It's like you were a little girl when this sort of took place, and then you have like a baby hand, like a little girl's hand. Some odd reflection like that. A sort of a reflection of this time was part of your physical reflection too. This is what had to come. This is what had to come. The healing for this is more valuable than anything else we could have focused on. Somehow this healing is a reflection of psoriasis, ear infections, this physical disorder. This is a reflection of why your parents, why all this sort of chaos, why this sort of sick demon people, because they were sort of freaks from this past life. They're just manipulated, possessed by a really deep demon. Your soul, seeing your soul be an eagle is the most beautiful thing, and seeing your soul soar as an eagle, and seeing it soaring in the sunlight, like I told you from the beginning with the TV screen. I want to really embrace that feeling, to feel it taking place. Spirit is showing me some things. They're wanting me to acknowledge that all these soul fragments and the soul of this PeeWee soul, they've all ventured into the light of heaven, and the souls are healing there and receiving the wisdom that they were sort of experiencing an echo, a soul fragment experience, a massive confusion, manipulated soul state. So they're in heaven experiencing healing. I'm supposed to acknowledge that this space has no value, is being transformed in the light through the spiritual holy water, to allow the water to do its job, not to stay here and continue to watch the work take place. They're sending special angels to do the cleanup work and to transform these layers as reflections of heaven now. Because of my strength and courage to go and endure this, this is sort of like something good is going to happen here, I guess. I'm like being really like thanked for this. This church needs purified. They're showing that the water is now rising up from all these deep spiritual surface layers and filling in the surface, this sort of spiritual version of this church is filling with purified holy water. It's purifying the land here as well, because the earth has been sort of in a state of suffering from this poison of dark material. Is manipulated a lot of people over several generations even. I can't keep doing this. I have to call it quits. I'm starting to just learn how to turn off after 2 hours, just because I need to make sure I don't overdo it. So it's healthy for my soul to just not overdo these things. I can't heal the entire globe in 2 hours. But this was monumental for the souls involved with this demon. All these thousands of souls are in the light. I'm allowing angels from heaven, Jesus and Archangel Lucifer, to heal the church space. I'm actually going to go into the light and heal right now. I'm actually purifying my own soul in the light right now. I'm asking that they release all this dark matter. They're doing that for me. I'm going to make my own video of this work. I'm going to call this good. Your eagle self is in a state of freedom and release, but it is also sort of entering the light to you as a reflection of your soul, not just this eagle, because your soul is also one of these that is in a state of confusion and is being helped by heaven by many angels. Every one of these souls is being helped by many angels. And Archangel Raphael is on the scene here with his green light, and he's helping every one of these souls right now in heaven, including your soul. So I'm just going to call this a video, Carrie. This is what I have for you. I don't know. I don't think it's going to get more impactful than that. I'm just going to be completely mind blown for the rest of my life now. Not only were you mind blowing before and impressive and I adore you, but now I'm just like, now I really am like mind blown. The world we live in, you know. We gotta heal it. It just keeps showcasing how desperately it needs healers and people to share love, unwavering love, to trust in heaven, and to know you can do this and transform the greatest darkness. You can heal human history through the spiritual layers and unconditional love and healing of this profound kind, and it does work. So, okay. Thank you very much for that experience, Carrie. I hope you're not freaked out by it. I don't like seeing these things, so I try really hard to resist letting the information to flow through, because it's like, I can't be seeing this. I can't be seeing this right now. I just don't want to see it. But I think we can all acknowledge that this is not unheard of, and we already know this stuff is going on. And unfortunately, our souls do experience this during incarnations, and it's part of this really it's part of why things are this way, and now we're in a cycle of rebirth and renewal. So you come see me for a soul rebirth journey, and now you see the value of healing this stuff. It's so valuable, life-changing, life-altering, purifying, sacred, releasing, soul-releasing energy. And it doesn't just heal your soul. Now I've touched so many souls and transformed a demon soul, and that was a big deal. So So thank you for that, Carrie. And then anybody else out there in the audience, if you want me to explore your spiritual atmosphere, I'm honored to do the work. And I'm offering 2 options, so you can actually experience 1 or 2 sessions with me, and you can have your soul reborn as many times as you like. Carrie, I've gotten to do your mother and father. That was a big deal alone, and now to heal this is even more substantial work that is being done. So you can see how more than one soul rebirth journey, you just can't get enough of these. I'll try and cover as much as I can in the allotted time. And so then we just do 1 at a time. And then it's good to allow the energy to process some before you do another one. But this work was very appropriate for you, Carrie, to experience both of these big shebangs, because your soul has been through so much in this lifetime and clearly lifetimes before this, in ways that we can't even believe it. And now you understand that little pig's book. Now I understand what I was I could not see it. It was sort of like the church scene, you know, where what do you want to see? You want to see everything's hunky-dory. It's a cute little kid's book, little pig's book, you know. Everything is sort of aligned with what you want to believe. But somehow deep beneath the surface of it all, it is more dark and more creepy and more terrifying than the human eyes will see. The spirit eyes always see with clarity. Even when my humanist doesn't want to see it, my spirit eyes won't let it go. I have to see this and experience it. So I'm telling you, that's part of that odd book that had to get healed. That massively did. So, okay, there we go. Now we know. Thank you for this experience. I can't wait to see how you're feeling in the coming weeks. That was really a big deal. So take care for now. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for your support.